Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went in there? Or struggled to recall a name you've known for years? If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. As we get older, those little memory slips can start to feel more frequent, and maybe even a little scary. But here's the good news. What you eat plays a huge role in how sharp your brain stays as you age. And today, we're going to talk about the 4 worst foods for your brain. The ones that might be quietly sabotaging your memory, focus, and even your mood. The best part? Once you know what they are, you can take simple steps to avoid them and keep your mind as vibrant as ever. Now, I know what you might be thinking. I've been eating this way for years and I'm fine. But here's the thing. The effects of these foods can creep up slowly. You might not notice the difference today or tomorrow, but over time, they can make your brain feel foggy, sluggish, or even speed up memory loss. And who wants that? So, let's jump right in and talk about the first food you should avoid if you want to keep your brain sharp. The first brain drainer on our list: sugary drinks, sodas, sweetened teas, even some fruit juices that pretend to be healthy. Now, I'm not talking about the occasional treat. The problem is when these drinks become a daily habit. Here's why. Studies show that too much sugar can actually shrink the part of your brain responsible for memory, the hippocampus. It also causes inflammation, which is like throwing gasoline on the fire when it comes to brain aging. And let's be honest, that mid-afternoon soda might give you a quick energy boost, but soon after, you crash, and your brain feels even hazier than before. So, what's the fix? Try swapping that soda for sparkling water with a splash of real fruit juice. Or, if you love sweet tea, try herbal teas with a little honey instead. Small changes make a big difference over time. Now, the second worst food for your brain is one that might surprise you. Processed meats like hot dogs, bacon, and deli meats. Yes, I know. They're quick, easy, and tasty. But here's the problem. These meats are packed with nitrates and preservatives that can damage your brain cells over time. Research has even linked them to a higher risk of Alzheimer's. And if you're thinking, but I've eaten bacon for years, don't worry, this isn't about guilt. It's about making smarter choices moving forward. Instead of processed meats, try grilled chicken, fish, or even plant-based proteins like beans and lentils. Your brain and your heart will thank you. And if you really can't imagine life without bacon, just save it for special occasions instead of making it an everyday habit. Now, before we move on to the next 2 foods, I want you to think about how often these sneak into your diet. Are sugary drinks a daily habit? Do you rely on deli meats for quick lunches? If so, no judgment, just awareness. Because once you know better, you can do better. And in the next part, we'll cover 2 more brain-draining foods you'll definitely want to avoid. Stay tuned, because what's coming next might shock you. But it could also be the key to keeping your mind sharp for years to come. So we've already talked about sugary drinks and processed meats, 2 big culprits when it comes to brain fog and memory troubles. But here's the thing. There are 2 more foods that might be sneaking into your diet, doing more harm than you realize. And honestly, one of them might shock you because it's often labeled as healthy. So, let's dive right in. The third worst food for your brain: refined carbohydrates, white bread, pastries, crackers, even white rice. Now I know what you're thinking. Bread? Really? But here's the problem. These foods act almost like sugar in your body. They cause your blood sugar to spike, then crash, leaving your brain feeling sluggish and unfocused. And over time, studies show that a diet high in refined carbs can actually increase your risk of dementia. Scary, right? But don't worry, you don't have to give up bread forever. Just swap the white stuff for whole grain versions. Whole grains digest slower, keeping your blood sugar steady and your brain sharp. And if you love pasta, try whole wheat or even lentil pasta. It's just as tasty, but way better for your mind. Now the fourth food on our list is the one that might really surprise you. Vegetable oils. Yes, the ones labeled heart healthy, like soybean, corn, and sunflower oil. Here's the catch. These oils are high in omega-6 fatty acids, which can cause inflammation in your brain when you eat too much of them. And inflammation? That's like rust on your brain cells. It speeds up aging and memory problems. So, what should you use instead? Extra virgin olive oil is your best friend. It's packed with antioxidants that protect your brain. Avocado oil is another great choice. And if you're cooking at high heat, coconut oil is a stable option. Small swaps like this can make a huge difference in keeping your mind clear and sharp. Now I know this might feel like a lot to take in. Sugary drinks, processed meats, refined carbs, and vegetable oils. But here's the good news. You don't have to change everything overnight. Start with one swap this week. Maybe it's switching from white bread to whole grain, or trading that soda for sparkling water. Every little change adds up. And in the next part, we'll bring it all together. Simple, practical tips to make these changes stick, plus a few bonus foods that actually boost your brain power. Because it's not just about avoiding the bad stuff. It's about filling your diet with the good stuff that helps you think clearer, remember more, and feel your best. Stay with me, because the best is yet to come. So far, we've uncovered the 4 worst foods for your brain: sugary drinks, processed meats, refined carbs, and vegetable oils. But here's the best part. Avoiding those is only half the battle. The other half? Filling your plate with delicious, brain-boosting foods that actually help sharpen your memory, focus, and mood. And today, I'm going to share simple, practical ways to make these changes stick. No extreme diets or complicated rules. Just real, everyday strategies that work. Let's start with the golden rule for eating brain healthy. Swap, don't stop. You don't have to give up all your favorite foods. Just make smarter versions. Love sandwiches? Switch from deli meats to grilled chicken or chickpea salad. Crave something sweet after meals? Try dark chocolate-covered berries instead of cookies. Small tweaks like this keep meals enjoyable while protecting your brain. Now, let's talk about the hero foods your brain loves. First up, fatty fish like salmon, sardines, and mackerel. These are packed with omega-3s, which are like fertilizer for your brain cells. They help build new connections and fight inflammation. Aim for 2 servings a week. Not a fish fan? Flax seeds and walnuts are great plant-based options. Next, berries and leafy greens. Blueberries, strawberries, spinach, kale. These are loaded with antioxidants that protect your brain from aging. Think of them as little scrubbing bubbles for your brain cells. Add berries to your morning oatmeal or blend spinach into a smoothie. You won't even taste it. Here's a pro tip. Prep now, thrive later. Wash and chop veggies when you get home from the store, so they're ready to grab. Keep nuts and seeds in small jars. for easy snacks. When healthy choices are convenient, you'll actually want to reach for them. And don't forget hydration. Even mild dehydration can make your brain feel foggy. Keep a water bottle handy, or try herbal teas with lemon. If plain water feels boring, add cucumber or mint for a refreshing twist. Remember, this isn't about perfection, it's about progress. Missed a meal or had a treat? That's okay. Just get back on track with your next bite. Your brain is resilient, and every healthy choice adds up. So, let's toast to your sharp, vibrant mind. Try one swap this week and drop a comment below. I'd love to hear what you're changing. And if you found this helpful, hit like and subscribe for more simple, science-backed tips to thrive after 60.